bounced in the studio this morning with Byron, brought my son in, Romario, and when three of us get together, it's going to be a conversation about music. These two love music, and they're from a generation good 30 years younger than me. And what happens is that when they start talking about music, I may go to some areas that they're familiar with, but they challenge me. I'm talking Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye. I go Dolly Parton. I might talk Mick Jagger, Bob Marley. I'll go across genres. I'll bring in Whitney Houston, and they'll come up with some stuff like Kanye West, and I'm like, who? I'm joking. I know who Kanye West is. The beautiful thing about art, unlike mathematics and other things that are quite finite, is that art gives you that opportunity to expand and to contract in terms of where the line of perfection hits. It almost never hits. In fact, you can listen to some of your favorite songs and find so-called imperfections. We found that in All of the Lights on Kanye West's album. And I found it fascinating listening to a sound engineer play back for me what I couldn't hear with my natural ear. So sometimes it's the fan, sometimes it's popularity, sometimes it's the business, sometimes it's, categories. You got categories in terms of, different awards. But perfection is really left for God. That's for God's decision. It's not for human consumption to judge, what is perfect. But what I find in the process is important to seek that perfection and try to hit that mark is that you're going to need trust. You're going to need to trust your producer. You're going to need to trust yourself. You're going to need to trust your background singers, the person who produces and makes the whole project come together, whether it's a painting or whether, it's music. Today is, for me, an interesting topic around striving for that mark of perfection, but knowing that in order to get it, that you're going to have to trust yourself and others.
If you survive this, you can do anything. Yes, sir. The more you hate me, the more you learn to love me. Yes, sir. Let me see your war face.
Hello, everybody. It's time for Warm Up with WarriorRic. Music, art, dance, poetry. Man, I love art. I love creativity. I love innovation. And even in my business, I always lean on my creative side to make things exciting, make it fun, and to make it work. So this whole concept around trying to be perfect, I know is flawed immediately because I leverage this concept of trying to hit the mark, striving for perfection, trying to get the ducks in a row. But I know that the audience, the recipients, the consumers will receive what they receive and judge it the way they'll judge it. So I don't get hung up on it being just right. I want it to be effective. I want it to have an impact. I want it to be transformative. I ain't perfect, but I trust that what I give you is delivering on what you need.
Yeah, when I was making this track, what I did was I tried to keep it subtle and then keep it fun as well. So I put in a xylophone over the Wild Wild West sample, which you hear, that's the guitar, the dun 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 dun.
Oh,
dun,
okay,
dun.
all right.
Yeah, it's hard to get everything perfect. Like you can't ever get anything perfect, and it also takes time. So with time, the better it becomes.
Okay.
So you have to tell me in advance.
Okay, all right. Do you trust the process?
I do trust the process.
What's your process?
My process? I don't know, yeah, that's a guitar.
Okay.
The sample's called Wild Wild West, and then I've got some xylophones over there and compressed vocal that's going.
Yeah. Right.
And now it comes more into like a piano solo type of thing.
Where my soldiers at? Right here.
You can sometimes hear and feel the beat, and sometimes you don't even know it's there.